What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today, we are going to be digging in to some people's theories. We're going to see what people are thinking, the things they're thinking about that they don't want to tell people. They told me, and we're going to discuss them here today. Now, let's get straight into the episode. Ring it.
I can't go on like this, just dwelling on it.
Like this,
Used to be, I can fix these halls and patch these walls, but there's no
Let's get straight into the episode, guys.
I know what you're thinking. I look absolutely ridiculous. I look ridiculous. It is actually really hot in here. Ever since I got the second light, it's been so hot in here. So yeah, this is just part of the theories. I'm going to take this off for now because we're not onto the theories yet. But listen up. Today we're going to be talking about what people are thinking about, what they have to say. I'm taking the glasses off because, yeah, I'm going to put my nerd ones on because we're getting a little nerdy. Getting a little nerdy out here. I asked some people, I put it out on my media. I was like, hey guys, tell me your thoughts. Tell me what we're thinking. What are our theories out here? What are things that you believe that everyone else would disagree with or call you crazy? And we're going to start it off with the first one. Drugs show us the real world. That's why the governments try so hard to stop it. Man, we're starting off with a real one right here. That's a real one. Am I the best person to discuss this? I don't think so. I don't know that much, I don't exactly dabble in it myself. I'm not the biggest guy in the realm of narcotics, as they will say. But I've seen people use them. I'm not going to say who. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I haven't seen anyone use them before. Maybe I don't know anything about it. Right? Who knows? Who knows? But let's talk about this. Right? Let's talk about this. The idea of that. I've heard many people say that the idea of when you're high or when you're on the influence of something, you see the world for how it is, and that's a very interesting theory to discuss about. So let's kind of dig into this with the facts. Let's talk about it with the factual information. Check it out. What you see isn't raw reality. Our mind edits things. It's your brain's interpretation. I don't know what's going on with me. It's the hat, man. It's the hat. They got me. The aliens got me. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Of sensory input. In neuroscience, this is often explained with ideas like predictive processing or predictive coding. Your brain constantly guesses what's out there, then it updates those guesses using sensory data. So even sober perception is a controlled hallucination, just a very stable one. That's interesting. It comes with a thing where I would ask people at night, I don't know if this is the same thing, but I would throw out the theory that at night, when you can't see anything and it's pitch dark, I would tell people, do you think you start like seeing stuff? Like, let's say I turn all the lights off and I just sit here in darkness, right? There's shelves, there's all this stuff here, my bed. You start making out the outlines of it. Is that because your eyes adjust? Or is that because you just start to remember where things are and your mind tries to put it there? Because then you start bumping into things that you don't remember being there, right? So yeah, I would always ask people, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna put this down. We're gonna put this down. I'm pretty sure the answer is that it's because your eyes adjust. But you like having some fun with it. You like throwing some things out there. But let's go down to what drugs actually do to you. Drugs interfere with that system in different ways. Psychotics like LSD, they disrupt filtering systems. They reduce activity in networks like the default mode network, which is tied to your sense of self. They increase noise and loosen the brain's predictions. This can lead to visual distortions, patterns, colors, movement, altered sense of time, feeling like you're seeing deeper truths. And that's where it comes in, right? That's when like you start finding theories with yourself is what I've been told. Who knows? Why it feels more real is because the perception may be less accurate, but it feels more meaningful. The brain assigns extra importance to random stimuli. This is linked to, apohina? I'm sorry, guys, I can't pronounce this. Seeing patterns, meaning where there may be none. So you're putting meaning towards stuff that's not really like, there's nothing to it, right? There's nothing to it, which is kind of weird to think about it, that there's things in this world that there's really nothing to it. I don't know if that's true, right? Like, look at this hat. Look what I just made right here. This hat. Is there really nothing to this? Like, does this mean nothing to anyone? It's starting to come apart. It's probably going to sit here for a little bit. Emotional intensity is higher, which makes experiences feel profound or true, which you could see as like kind of, I don't know, because I don't know. I guess it's just like a higher feel, in the moment, everything feels more real. You feel more alive, I would say. So it's like more of like you're more attached to things. You feel more of a reality, like, dang, this is what this really may be. And this is what research actually shows. The study generally finds perception becomes less reliable, not more. People are more suggested and prone to false insights. Brain activity becomes more chaotic, not more precise. That said, researchers are exploring whether psychotics can help with depression, PTSD, etc., provide psychological insights about yourself, even if it's not literal truths about reality. So, no, drugs do not reveal the true nature of reality. More accurately, drugs can change how your brain constructs reality. So, either way, we are not seeing the world for what it is what I'm taking away from this, is that we are more perceiving a version of it in our minds, which is true, right? We all see the world differently. We all see things differently. So, this is like kind of like breaking that to where, hey, I don't know where I was going with that, but it's like, hey, this hat, this is a cool hat, and I'm gonna wear it. And then someone else is like, oh my gosh, there's aliens. So when I walk in with this hat and people are all like hiding under tables and running into the restroom, who knows? Who knows? On to the next one, baby. What did they used to say? It was on like Donkey Kong. Here we go. We're gonna get a little wild here. We never went to the moon. People would say this, and it was like you would look at them, and it would be like, "Oh, he's just saying it for attention." I remember who's the one the famous person that said this a few years ago. Oh, Stephen Curry said it. Stephen Curry said it, and it's when you talk about stuff like that, historical stuff, it could really pinch a nerve. Some people argue that the Apollo 11 moon landing was staged by NASA in 1969. The usual reasons they give, these are the reasons why the theory is holding strong to some. The U.S. wanted to win the space race against the Soviet Union. It was a really big race at the time. Technology supposedly wasn't advanced enough. The footage looks fake, like it was filmed on a set. We're gonna look at that footage right now. We're gonna look at the footage. 3, 2, 1, bang. I wonder if I'm gonna get copyrighted for this. Actually, I'm not sure. We'll find out. It looks very. It's a very interesting thing, right? The footage itself, because it is more of when you think about the object of time where we were at that moment. How are we able to do that, right? When you think about it, we weren't able. A lot of things weren't able to happen at the time. Technology, the big gap between technology today and technology then, we've made so many advances in the past years to where to some people just like the idea of it can't be comprehended. And I guess I could see where the theory comes in. But here is the common evidence people point to. That when you looked at the video, let's look back at the video and let's rethink about this, right? The flag looks like it's waving, but there's no wind on the moon. No stars are visible in photos. The shadows look wrong or inconsistent. The footage seems too smooth or cinematic, like it was filmed like in Hollywood, right? So let's explain this. This is how they're explaining it for us. All these have solid, real explanations. The flag has a horizontal rod to keep it extended. It moves because astronauts twisted the pole. And with no air, it keeps moving longer. No stars in photos. The camera exposure was set for the bright lunar surface and astronauts. Stars are too dim to show up with those settings, which you can get, right? You can understand that. Why are there weird shadows? Uneven terrain, wide-angle lenses can make shadows look strange. No need for multiple light sources. Smooth footage, low gravity. 1/6 of Earth makes movement like floaty and slow. The strongest evidence it was real. This is where the conspiracy really breaks down. 400,000 people worked on Apollo. keeping a fake hidden at that scale is basically impossible. The truth usually always comes out. So someone would have thrown it out there, but at the same time, you don't know what they're doing. And if someone starts to throw stuff out there, one, people don't listen to them. Two, I don't think I'm going to say anything. The Soviet Union never called it out. During the Cold War, the USSR would have loved to expose a fake. They tracked the mission independently and confirmed it. But again, how many of the other nations did we really listen to? When it comes to in the history books, over time, when you get like in college and stuff, you start seeing there's two sides of history. When we're growing up, we want to believe that things are perfect. We want to believe that we were on the greatest side of things every single time, right? I'm going to be real with y'all here. And you see, as time goes on, you see the other side of it. You see the other side, you see that, yes, America, okay? We perceive ourselves as something. We were always the land of the free. We're freedom. We're fighting for what's right. But when you look back, again, I'm not the person exactly saying this. This could be said by many people. Physical evidence on the moon. Later missions and satellites like NASA, lunar orbiter has photographed the landing sites. Moon rocks. Apollo astronauts brought back 842 pounds of lunar samples that scientists worldwide have studied for decades. Devices left on the moon still reflect lasers from Earth today to measure distance. Let's pull up some of those samples right here. Let's pull up some samples. I got to give myself little things or else I forget because I'm not an idiot. I'm sorry. Here's the reality. There's overwhelming scientific and historical evidence that humans really did land on the moon, including Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. The conspiracy theory is popular, but it doesn't hold up under scrutiny, I guess. It's a fun one to talk about, right? It's a fun one to talk about. Because there's no way... I'm going to put the hat on. I'm going to put the hat on for this so you know it's not me saying this. It's the guy with the hat. There's no way in the whole history that every single thing ever said or put down as an accomplishment actually happened. My mind can't withstand that. And we would talk about it during like work and stuff. We were like, think about it. Who's writing all this stuff down? They're writing down the stuff they want you to remember. Even before you could actually document stuff like that, where it's on video, where it's on audio, where the actual visuals to it, you're just writing it down. Who's documenting it? Right? Who is documenting it, and how do we know that they're telling the full truth? If we're writing something about something we did, we're going to try to make ourselves seem like the hero. And that goes with anything. That goes with everywhere, not even us. Just anywhere in the world, the person that's writing the story wants to feel like they're the hero. They want their side to be right because everyone believes that they're right. So it comes with that. Simple as that. So I think about that. I'm like, when people are writing the early documentations, they're writing it on the paper. Are they going to say, oh, I was the bad guy. I murdered all these people. I invaded this area and I took everyone out. They're going to say, no, I came in, I conquered, and I saved. And I revolutionized. Sorry. I had to express that for the people. I had to talk about that for a second. Moving forward, we're going to go through one more here. Do you think people accept the love they think they deserve? I was told to answer this myself. They weren't going to give me an answer. But look. This isn't like a big theory. This is something I don't even have to look up for this. I could just talk about it. I think that modern times, we say that we look up and we're like, oh, we love this person, but how often do we end up with them? Think about that. The person that you're real, the person you love the most, and I'm not coming after anyone here. The person that you love the most, how often do you actually end up with them? And if you do, good for you. But sometimes it takes some tries. It takes moving around a little bit, you know? It's like you're at a buffet. You're at a buffet, you're going into the buffet, you paid to go in there. And you bought a food, you bought a little thing. You know, "Hey, let me go get the steak." You eat the steak. Like, "Dang, that wasn't all I thought it would be. Let me go get some pizza." You eat the pizza. "Dang, that it was good, but it wasn't what I thought it would be." So you go and you go get some pasta. And you're trying to have that pasta, you're trying to eat that pasta and love it, but you're full. You're full, and you can't take anymore. Because that's what it is. You ran out of energy, you ran out of love, you're not loving anymore. You're full of anger, you're full of regret, you're full of sadness and heartbreak because you saw something and you went for it and it didn't work out. And then you tried again and it still didn't work out. And it adds on. It adds on. You never have a fresh plate. There's never a fresh plate, right? You could clean it as much as you want. The plate's still going to be a little dirty. It's still going to be used up a little bit. It's still going to have some pain in it. It's still going to be sad. It's still going to hear, you know, Harry Styles' Sign of the Times and get a little teary-eyed. You can't take that away from the plate, but you can love the plate for what it is. I think sometimes people, they settle for what's there, or they're being realistic with themselves. And this is just for everything. This isn't just a reality of love, of loving someone else. This is loving life. This is about life right now. I think sometimes people just settle for what they know they can have, rather than what they think, what they really want. And that's not saying everyone. I'm not talking about everybody. I know there's some people who generally are with the person they love, and that's incredible. You know, kudos to you. A little thumbs up. Keep it going. But I think sometimes we have to look at ourselves in the mirror and be like, what are we doing this for? Who are we doing this for? Who is this benefiting, right? Is it benefiting us or someone else? What are we getting from here? What is my heart getting from this? Am I doing this? Am I only with this person because I couldn't be with this person? And I feel like sometimes that's what we do. Sometimes we are like, well, I can't be with this person right now, so I'm going to be with this person. I'm not ready to commit to this person who I love and I want to be with forever. So I'm going to go and be with this person. I would hear people say back then, they would be like, well, I don't want to get with that person right now because then I know we'll never break up. I know we'll be together forever. So I don't want to be with them right now. I want to be with this other person. Why are you dragging a third party into this? Why are you putting someone else in here to save yourself? That's selfish. Why are we being selfish, right? And we don't think about that kind of stuff. We don't think about that because we're trying to protect ourselves. And it goes like how the statement itself is, you're trying to not get hit by the bullet. Someone shot a bullet. They shot a gun at you. And you're trying to protect yourself. But what you're doing is you're grabbing someone else and putting them in front of it. You're protecting yourself by putting someone else on the line of fire. Someone that probably wasn't trained to take the bullet. So maybe they can't get back up after that. And we don't think about those kind of things, you know, in every single day life. We don't think about what we're doing. A lot of us don't. We don't think about our little moves. We just think about ourselves. And I see that in everyday life, you know. I'm guilty of that sometimes too. Sometimes, you know, I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm in a rush to get somewhere. I start getting upset. You know, maybe you're in line and Stephanie is taking a little long to make your food, right? And you're getting upset. You're like, oh, I'm getting angry. You pound the desk or something. You tell Stephanie to do her job better. You tell her, you're like, oh, it's an easy job, Stephanie. Get it right. You start yelling at her. Little did you know, Stephanie failed her exam this morning and had to come in for a 10-hour shift. And has to come in the morning tomorrow, and her boyfriend broke up with her. And Stephanie's just trying to hold it together, and you come in being a douchebag. And I think we all can be a little douchey every now and then. But then we turn around, right? We turn around so quickly and we want to label someone else the douchebag. We want to label someone else the problem. But we don't even look at ourselves. We don't even look at ourselves. It's sad sometimes. It really is when you see that kind of stuff. And it could get me upset. And I'm not saying I've been this perfect person, because I haven't. I've messed up. I've been a douchebag at certain times, and I look back on it and I get upset with myself, and I look at myself and I'm like, dang, how were you able to say that to somebody? How were you able to do that? But then you can't work yourself up too much, because it's in the past. The past is the past. But you can control what you do in the future. I went on a little bit of a rant right there about love. I feel like a little bit of love was coming out of my heart when I was talking to y'all about that. A little bit of care was coming out of my heart, and I just wanted y'all to feel it. I wanted it to come out on my voice and fly at you. Because I feel like sometimes we don't acknowledge how we are acting, but we're really quick to judge somebody else, to belittle someone else, to make them feel so low, because we are too scared to look at ourselves. I'm fired up now. I feel like, I feel wild. Gosh, my heart is pumping. Can you even hear that? I bet if I put this mic right next to my chest, you could feel my heart pumping. Because that's how riled up I got. That's how much love was coming out of me right now to y'all. Because I want y'all to love more. I want y'all to be nicer. I want us all to be nicer. I need to stop saying y'all, because I'm talking about myself as well. Then we all need to slow down and be a little bit nicer to each other. But yeah, that's about it, guys. That's about it. I just, we all think what we think. We went through some theories. I looked a little stupid with a hat for a little bit. Hopefully that amused you for a while. But that's it. I'll talk to y'all next time. I see y'all. Y'all have a good one. Hit the music, baby.
Burning memories till there's nothing but